Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Hieric Chronicles, your most preferred YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Angelo, and I'm actually here to help you navigate the world of remote jobs and to help you work from anywhere and any part of the world. Okay, now in today's video, we'll be diving into a very hot topic: remote jobs versus traditional jobs. What are the differences? What are the differences? Lots of people confuse these two types of jobs. Okay, remote jobs are quite different. The traditional conventional jobs are different. Now we hear the terms remote work and traditional jobs or conventional jobs thrown around a lot. Okay, but what exactly separates these two types of jobs? Okay, and how do they compare in terms of flexibility, work-life balance, job security, and income? These are the four subtopics we'll discuss this. Today, we'll break it down bit by bit for you. Now, whether you are someone considering a transition to remote work or you are simply curious about how remote jobs stack up against the traditional 9 to 5 jobs, you know what I mean? This particular video is for you. So, let us quickly get into the matter of the day. All right, I gave you the four factors, or I outlined the four factors under which we'll be discussing the differences between remote jobs and traditional jobs. Now, let's start with a simple overview of both concepts before we go down to the vast differences that exist between these two. First of all, traditional jobs. Now, these jobs are kind of jobs where you physically go to a workplace, usually at set hours or specific hours, most commonly from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the evening. Now, these roles typically involve an office or another kind of working environment where you collaborate face to face with colleagues and interact. All right. Yeah, I can give you an example. It includes like working in a bank as a bank teller, or working as an office administrator or a retail manager. That is for traditional jobs. Now, remote jobs, this on the other hand, allow you to work from anywhere around the world as long as you have an internet connection and the necessary tools. Okay, there is no requirement to be in any physical office. Okay, and the hours may be more flexible than you've ever thought. For example, include roles such as software developing, content writing, customer service representation, and virtual assistance. Okay, all these types of jobs I mentioned now are types of remote jobs. All right, and if you're looking for one, these things are at your beck and call. Now, I just gave you the quick difference by definition of these two types of jobs: the traditional or the conventional jobs and the remote jobs, and I gave you examples each of the kinds of jobs that fall under this variety. Looking at the differences now, we're going to start looking at the differences from differences in structure and flexibility between that exist between these two types of jobs, remote jobs and traditional jobs. One of the most noticeable differences between traditional jobs and remote jobs is the structure. Are you surprised? All right, follow me. Let me take you deeper. All right. Now, in a traditional job, you are usually expected to be in the office during certain hours, say 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or thereabouts, depending on the structure, all right, or similar schedule. Now, even jobs that don't fit the traditional office mode, such as retail or healthcare and all that, they have actually set shifts that need to be filled to meet up. All right, now remote jobs on the other hand can be more flexible. Many remote workers can set their own hours, set their own schedules to suit their activities as long as they get their work done. This is especially common for freelancers or those in creative roles like content creation or graphic design, okay, or even YouTubers or social media page managers. Okay, however, some remote jobs, don't forget, still require you to be online during certain times, either for Zoom meetings, for a representation, for presence, and what have you. Examples of such jobs that can require you to stay online 247 are customer support roles, okay, customer support roles, okay. You may actually be even asked to stay online for some kind of team meetings and all that. A traditional office worker may clock 9 a.m. He may clock in at 9 a.m., take an hour lunch break at noon and clock out at 5 p.m., okay. But a remote worker, say a graphic designer, could decide to work from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., take a long break, and then finish up their work between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m., whatever fits their lifestyle and their schedules. I told you we are going to be discussing the differences between these two types of jobs under 4 subheadings. Okay, the second one is under work-life balance. Another key difference is the work-life balance. Okay, now in work-life balance, with traditional jobs, many people struggle to balance work with their personal lives and their family lives. Okay, long commutes, fixed hours, and workplace stress and noise from colleagues can make it very, very hard for you to find time for family, hobbies, or even relaxation. Okay, but remote jobs, in contrast, are often praised and eulogized for offering better work-life balance. How do they do this? Without the need for a commute, of course, and that's transportation, and with more control over your schedule and activities. You can tailor your day-to-day activities, or you can tailor your day to fit your lifestyle, okay? But remote work isn't without its challenges, don't forget. Some remote workers find it hard to switch off because there is no clear boundary between work and home life. This is one of the challenges that is encountered by remote workers, okay? Because some of them cannot really strike a balance between their family and their jobs. Some of them prefer to be online 24/7 and forget about any other thing happening in the house or around their environment. For instance, a person in a traditional job might spend an hour commuting each day, traveling from left to right to his working place, okay, or to his workplace, adding up to 5 to 10 hours lost per week, okay. But in a remote job that offers flexibility, that time can be used for personal activities, family time, or even hobbies or leisure time, okay. Now, according to a report from Bufa State of Remote Work 2023, 91% of remote workers say that their work-life balance has improved compared to traditional office work. Can you see that? So from these particular statistics, that can actually tell us that remote workers rather enjoy the flexibility of time, the luxury of staying with family and enjoying leisure, compared to those that commute to the traditional office or the traditional work space for their own type of job. This particular difference can actually show you vividly that remote jobs or remote workers enjoy some kind of privilege when it comes to work balance compared to people who are engaged in the traditional or the conventional jobs that we know of. Another factor is under job security and income stability. This is where we work, right? Now listen to the best type of work to pick when it comes to this particular factor. Let's look at job security and income stability as regards traditional jobs and remote jobs. Okay, now traditional jobs, let me start with that, are often seen as more secure. Okay, you have a fixed salary, benefits like health insurance and staff welfare, and the clear career progression within the company and the company or the organization space. Okay, now however, as we've seen during the COVID-19 pandemic, that is in 2020, during the lockdown period, even traditional jobs weren't always immune to to economic downturns, okay, or to economic layoffs. All right, that shows you that traditional conventional jobs are not really reliable to that extent. Okay, now remote jobs, on the contrary, can vary in stability. Okay, full-time remote roles with established companies or organizations offer a similar level of job security to traditional jobs, but freelance or gig-based remote work can be less predictable. You don't know when you may be off your contract, with income often varying from month to month or from week to week or from hour to hour based on the availability of work. So invariably, when there is no work, there are jobs, there are remote jobs that may not pay you when you don't have jobs at hand. That makes you dormant at that particular point in time. But compared to those who are indulged in traditional job or traditional works or conventional jobs, they have their salaries all the time. So as regards financial security, you could see the two differences, right? I know you're picking one. You're trying to pick options in your mind. It's all left to you, but I'm here to give you all you need to know on remote jobs, how to get to a remote job, take you all the way about everything pertaining to remote jobs. And I tell you what, you would never regret it. All right, under financial stability and financial security, I would love to give you a little illustration on an example for you to understand. Now, a traditional office worker may receive a set salary with predictable paychecks, okay, while a freelancer or a freelance remote worker might earn more some months than others, depending on the volume of client work or depending on the amount of work or jobs or gigs he has for that particular period of time to cover. All right, now let me give you a kind of baseline. A survey by FlexJobs found out that 54% of remote workers report an increase in productivity, which can sometimes lead to more job opportunities and more income. I know you like the sound of that. Though job stability might vary according to industry. So according to this particular report, you could see now that there is a clear difference between those who indulge in remote jobs and those who indulge in traditional jobs. But from this particular point, remote jobs are making the wave. Okay, so why don't you switch to a remote job today? Aspect of collaboration and communication, that is another factor we'll be seeing or discussing the differences between traditional jobs and remote jobs. Okay, now under this, collaboration is another big difference. First of all, now in a traditional office, let me start from the traditional office. In a traditional office, listen, collaboration happens face to face. There is physical collaboration. Yeah, you could walk over to a colleague's desk or office, or even have a quick meeting in the conference room or a side meeting with colleagues quickly, even at short notice. All right, but under remote job, this type of jobs rely heavily on technology, highly. All right, now collaboration happens through emails or sent messages, instant messaging from different messaging platforms like Slack, and even video conferencing through video conferencing tools like Zoom and Google Teams. While this can be more efficient, of course, it sometimes lacks the spontaneity of the physical interactions or the in-person interactions. For instance, a traditional job might have, daily physical meetings or daily in-person meetings, while remote teams may schedule regular video calls or use project management softwares just like Trello or Asana or all other project management softwares in order to keep everyone on track. So you could see the difference, right? Well, that is that. But before we go off, I would like to give final thoughts on this particular topic. I narrowed it down to these four factors because these are the most important factors I feel can be buttressed under. Okay, now when we look at remote jobs versus traditional jobs, it's clear, very clear, that each has its pros and cons. Of course, it's glaring. You've heard it all, and that is why I chose these four factors to discuss them under. Now, if you value stability, predictability, and physical collaboration or in-person collaboration, traditional jobs or conventional jobs may be more suited to you. But if you are after flexibility, a better work-life balance, and the freedom to work from any location, from anywhere in the world, then you should be considering remote jobs because these kind of jobs are a better fit for you. Don't forget, the decision comes down to your personal preference, lifestyle, and the type of industry or the variety of industry you find yourself in. Remote work is becoming more common and more viral, but traditional jobs still have their place, of course. Let's not write them off. Whatever path you choose, both have the potential for success. Don't forget, all right? So that is that. I'm calling it quits at this point. Thanks so much for watching. And if you found this video very, very helpful, please make sure you like this particular video, make sure you share this video, and make sure you subscribe to Hyrick Chronicles, okay? Because this is that hub that keeps you updated on anything remote jobs and anything remote work or nomadic life. Stay tuned for our next video where we will delve into how to land you your first remote job. Wouldn't you love that? I know you love the sound of that. All right, I'm going to put you on, and on my next episode, I'm going to give you updates, very legitimate updates on where to get and how to go about your first remote gig or your first remote job, or how to kickstart your nomadic work life. See you next time. From me, bye.